friends, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about negative exponents. You're going to want to grab your notebook and take some notes, pause the video, write this information down, and when you're ready, come on back. Now, with negative exponents, I have found the best way to describe these and explain them is to talk about negative attitudes, right? If you're at home and your parent or your guardian says to you that you have a negative attitude and you need to go upstairs to your room, right? Change that attitude, make it a positive one. That's exactly what we're going to do with negative exponents. If you have a negative exponent upstairs, and when I'm saying upstairs, downstairs, I mean the numerator and denominator of a fraction. If you have a negative exponent upstairs, you got to move that bad boy downstairs. If it's downstairs, you got to move it upstairs. And all it does is change that negative exponent. That negative does not affect its base number. Like that doesn't become a negative x or anything like that. That negative is literally just the attitude. So you'll see in my first example here, remember we can turn anything into a fraction by putting it over 1. So if we look at this x to the negative 2 power and I put that over 1, you'll see that to move it downstairs, I have fixed that attitude to become a positive 2. Remember, when you move everything downstairs, upstairs, you're not left with 0, you're left with 1. So you always got to put something up there just to show a placeholder. Same with this guy. Negative attitude, I can put that over 1. It's got a negative attitude upstairs. Let's move that bad boy downstairs, and now we fixed it. We can also go in reverse. This guy has a negative attitude downstairs. He needs to go upstairs and get that attitude fixed. So, and again, we know that this is upstairs because we can put anything over 1. This one here, take that, put that upstairs as well. And so we've got that guy right here. So now let's practice this with numbers. I think with variables like this, it can be a little bit tricky. So let's look at these numbers here. We have 7 to the negative 2 power. When you see a negative exponent, the very first thing you want to do is fix that attitude. So we've got it over 1, because we can turn anything into a fraction by putting it over 1. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move it from, it's currently upstairs, we got to move it downstairs. So we're going to say 7, and when we move it, it changes the attitude, so it becomes positive 2. And we're left with nothing upstairs, except it's not 0, it's always a 1. And now we just have to do the operation. 1 over, and 7 squared, remember, is 7 times 7, so that's 49. Good, let's practice with this guy. This one is currently downstairs. So what we're going to do, so we're going to move that upstairs. So now we have 4, and when we move it, we fix that attitude. So it's positive 2 over 1. Now, anything over 1 is just itself, so we can get rid of that over 1 part and say 4 squared is 4 times 4, which gives us 16. All right, now let's try it with an operation in the middle here. We're going to do some multiplication. The first thing we want to do is remember that this is over 1, and this is over 1. Now, for this first guy here, we're going to keep that because it's already got a positive attitude there. I see no negative exponents. But the other one, we need to switch around. We're going to put that 3 to the 4th power downstairs. Okay, so now what I have is when we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. So I have 9 over 3 to the 4th power, little side work here. Remember, that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 we know is 9. 9 times 9 is going to give me 81. Now, remember to reduce your fractions. So we're going to divide by 9. Divide by 9. I get 1 over 9 for my answer. Excellent work. We'll see you next time.